Oh man. Sorry. I just took a fatty old dab. Woo, fattydabs.com. Okay. Woo. Okay, so got home from work today. I opened, well, you can't see it. Let's go to that screen so you can kind of see it. But I opened the viewing window and I saw that one of the stems finally made it past the mid bars. Now this is going to be most likely what the plant's going to see as this dominant main top. Part of me wants to cut it, but that's just going to make another one go up. So probably just going to leave it alone. Bend it if I have to. But I just wanted to kind of document the day that it did that. Well, I guess let me just open it up. And so this will be the first time I'm looking at it today along with you guys, because again the lights turned on at 4. Kind of got home, smashed a bunch of chips, and kind of like unwound for a little bit, and then I finally kind of peeked in on this thing. I was like, oh, it's past the bar, I need to record that. Now I seriously just took a monster dab, so I apologize about all the coughing. Woo! It was a good one, it was a good size. So let me take one more sip of coffee, then we'll open it up and kind of look at everything together. I'm hoping to see more like, definitely hoping to see more pistils for sure. I saw the one on the mainstream from 2 days ago, I think. The calyx and the pistils. I actually changed my Facebook picture to be the first calyx and pistils of the plant. However, when I kind of looked at the other one, I did happen to see one on the other plant as well. So it's cool that they're both kind of doing the same thing at the same speed. Okay, but that being said, let me get this thing open and then we can look at it together. Again, the light just turned on at 4. Let's check the lady out, and maybe we'll check the reservoir too, because I haven't looked at it since I put it together. All right, let's grab this camera. Woo! All right, this thing is, this little gap that's down here is almost filled up now. That's pretty cool. A lot of new growth. Oh, maybe we haven't hit the bar yet. So I thought that this one was past the bar. Just from the angle I was at, it looked like it. All right, so I pre'd it. That's my bad. Son of a bitch, I feel stupid. But from up here, I swear to God, it looked like it was past the bar. So, well, now this video is kind of a waste, because that's what it was supposed to really be. That's fine, it's fine, it's cool. You know what we're gonna do? Come down here, see if we can find any more pistils and calyxes. So if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, let me see if I can find it again on here. So right there, in the center of the screen, towards the very bottom, the green part, that's called the calyx. And there are 2 white little pistils coming out. And that's how it all begins. You'll get a whole bunch of those, and then in those joints right there, it starts budding up. I don't see any of them. I don't know. This other plant is so big, it's so massive, there is so much to it. It's so crazy to come down here and look up. Like you can really see the light penetration or lack thereof. And this poor guy down here, I think he's He's kind of out the game. So that is what I'm probably gonna have to tie that up to one of these other stems. And pretty much the trellis will kind of keep all this shit together once it gets up there. That'd be crazy if it doesn't stretch that much. Like, what if this is all it did stretch? I'd be kind of pissed. That's not gonna be the case. There's no fucking way. But it's always a possibility. And that would really suck for me because I plan on putting my trellis on this bar system where there's, you know, a whole bunch of bars everywhere. So, yeah. Hopefully, these will all get up to the bar, put the trellis up, and then by then I'll have the under lights, or the sidebar lights, and we can get those going. Hold on, let me send a text message really quick. It's so cool I can do this with my watch. Hey, I'm streaming right now. Feel free to check it out. Alright, sorry. So yeah, normally where I would possibly even like cut this off, I'm gonna, like I said, try to do some underlights. At some point I will be coming in here and cutting off a bunch of leaves and thinning out the herd a bit. I just don't know how soon I really want to do that, because I want to get as much light absorption as possible, especially right now while it's like transitioning. So I might actually wait until it's in like full flower mode to kind of start cutting some of the stuff off and opening it up like one last time, lollipopping it, all that good stuff. But you know, I'm still like day 3, so still too early to really be talking about that. But pretty excited, pretty freaking excited, man. Like, this thing is looking rock solid, and it's hard for me to do like an above shot anymore because it just fills up the whole screen, and I can't. Maybe I can zoom out more. No, it won't let me zoom out any more than that. Wait, hold on. Here we go. Maybe it will. Aha. So now I can do a top shot. Pretty fucking cool. Pretty fucking cool. And I did. I got these going again, the time lapsers. And I completely forgot, but I did also send the videos from these. Oops, I hope that didn't stop it. Nope. I did send the video from this one and this one to this phone that I'm using right now. Man, I wish I would have remembered that. I'll try to put these together at work tomorrow. I'm not doing it now. But, man, I really thought that one was past the bar. But it's almost there. You guys can clearly see. Hey, let's change this to 1. You can clearly see that thing is right next to the freaking bar, though. Maybe tomorrow? Possibly, I don't know. But from what I could gather, that's probably going to be like one of the main. The plant is probably going to consider that like its main bitch top. And this one's still just to be determined. Guys, this is. We filled up in here pretty much, except right here, this little chunk. But I have no doubts that'll get filled up real quick. Man, I'm pretty fucking excited. Like, that's a pretty cool picture. You know what? Can I take a picture while I'm doing this? I don't know how that looked on the live stream, but I took a picture. Cool. But yeah, I can't believe. Like, I was hoping like maybe at this top one to see some pistils or something. Something at the top, but I don't see dick at the top. In fact, I see another calyx kind of where my hand is starting to form. You can kind of see it in between this V, we're right below my finger. All this shit. Or like you'd think like maybe maybe like right there I might see something, or right there, nothing. Man. Watch it just be all on this lower one. Oh, there's two guys down here. Oh, sorry guys. These guys are looking kind of sad. Maybe I should have cut them off a while ago. These are kind of like main vein arms. So this one, man, this autofocus is stupid. So it goes down to here, which goes into the main stalk. And the other one is this guy. So you know, they're not like little branches, they're pretty thick and heavy. I don't know what kind of damage that would do to the plant. Can't believe I'm not seeing more pistils and stuff. Weird. This one's probably gonna, honestly, this one's probably gonna snap off if I don't tie it up soon. Just because it keeps growing up and it's getting heavier and heavier, and it's like that thing is not looking like it's gonna hold. Damn. So this one's a little lower than this guy, but we're still relatively close, and that's all I can really ask for. Oh, damn is right. Damn, bro. It's actually, I gotta measure exactly how far away this light is because I don't want it to get too close. But it's almost about time to move these fans, and it sucks because like if I don't use these poles, like I have to use these ones, and they only like bend down so far to blow down here. So that's why currently they are above the light. They're not there to cool the light or anything, it's just kind of there. I personally feel that's the best connection, and I don't want to lift the light and then like, you know, maybe like go through one of these holes, hook up the fan to, you know, the top still, because now it's blocking some of the light. So I'm gonna have to put it on the arms. It'll be interesting. I'm not thrilled about it, but it's probably gonna be something where I have to keep the fans kind of lower to be able to hit the tops of the plant, and then raise the fans as this thing gets bigger. But man, oh man, like, looking pretty sexy. Looking like a tent full of stuff. So what, day 3, day 4, what? I don't remember what day of flowering this is anymore. I'll have to look at my notes. I don't know where those are at the moment. Oh, however, another thing I did want to check out, and let me turn on the flash. So, sorry. The flash. So I want to go check out the reservoir. Now, I used to keep this reservoir on 24/7 until basically AI told me only run it for 15 minutes every 2 hours to help with the bioenzymes. Holy shit, dude! Holy shit, this is empty! Oh no, it's not. Okay, we got about 3 gallons. Holy crap! This is drinking like a gallon a day. That's definitely about 3 gallons. Maybe 2. Holy crap, this is drinking so hard. Okay. I gotta find out what day 1 was because, wow, that's nice. There we go. So yeah, so you can kind of see where the water level is on the pecks, on the blue pecks. Maybe we'll say that's 2 gallons. We'll say that's 2 gallons. So this thing drank about 4 fucking gallons. And I don't know how many days it's been. I'm gonna have to look at my notes. But I put 6. We are down to 2. I want to say like 3 days, maybe 4 tops. What? These things are gobbling it down. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, stay tuned, I guess, for the next video. By then, I'm gonna hope it hit that bar. But seriously, from where I'm standing, it looks like it hit the bar. So, whatever. I was excited. Can't blame a guy for being super excited, because that's what it was. I was super excited. Let me plug this back in so I can assure no disconnection. Now, another thing I like to look at now that I do these streams is that view right there that we're looking at pretty much right now. Where's my mouse? Okay. I'm gonna turn this to a higher bit rate. Maybe it'll look even better than it already does. Turn off the flash. Oh, maybe that was helping. That was helping a little bit for me. Where does it show me the camera I'm using? Oh, here we go. Do that. Back one. All right, I just wanted to make sure I was getting the full effect. So that's cool, man. That's getting really up there. Let's zoom out just a little bit. It's like, dude, that looks awesome. It's in my living room, bro. It's in my living room, bro. But, wait, where are my fucking notes? Oh, they're right on the floor. Right next to me. Alright, so let's see here. Day 1 of flower, 2/3/26. Today is the 6th. It's only been 3 days, guys. It has only been 3 days. 3. So yeah, oh shit. I'm very confused now. Because here it says day 1 of flower, 2/3/26, which has to be right. But on the next page where my notes are, I don't know if you can see that. It says 2/2 going back in time. Oh, because okay. I remember what I did. So I made the nutrients on the 2nd, but the first day that the lights went off was on the 3rd at 4 in the morning. Okay, that makes sense. So basically the 3rd. Alright, cool. Just trying to get that straight. So the 3rd was day 1 of flowering. It's only been 3 days. This thing has had 6 gallons of water in the reservoir, and they drank in 3 days 4 gallons. Holy crap. That's a lot. Oh yeah, so wait, the 3rd, what day was the 3rd? My math is terrible right now. Today's Friday. Thursday, Wednesday. So Tuesday? Tuesday. So every Tuesday. I need to write that on my big whiteboard. Oops, I didn't need to do that. Oh, Tuesday. So every Tuesday, because with the flowering, there's actually in the feeding schedule, so in the flowering, the third week, I have to add this stuff called PK. And it's different every week. Week 3, only 4. Week 4, 6. So it goes up a little every week. 4, 6, 9, 10, 12, 10, 10. So I gotta make sure with these nutrients, I can figure out about what they're drinking and to make it last a week. Damn, dude. So 3 days, 4 gallons. Wow. So another 4 makes 6 days. So if I put like 3 more gallons of water into the reservoir now, it should get me until Tuesday of next week. Hopefully. Even though next week still, it's the same amount as I did this one. But it is good to have a general idea though of how much they've drank already and what I'm gonna have to add and how. And you know, when it starts budding, it's probably gonna even drink faster and more. So, wow, I'm really glad I looked at that right now. Cause I thought it's only been a couple days. There's 6 fucking gallons in there. Wow. Well, this video was not a waste after all. We found out some very important information about what's going on here. But yeah, man, these things are looking amazing. Wow. Wow. I cannot believe how much they're drinking. That's seriously blowing my mind right now. There is 4 gallons worth of water in these plants right now, minus, what they're breathing out. Which, I mean, so these fans have been running pretty hard. So they're breathing. They are definitely breathing, for sure. But there's got to be so much in the plant right now. Holy crap, guys. This is going to be insane. Like, I want to cut this so bad. I want to trim so much of this right now. Not yet. But it's like, part of me is like, well, before it starts like budding, two, 3 at 4 a.m. I have the text. What? I don't understand what that means. Green S in the text on the live chat. It says 2 out of 3, 2 or 3 at 4 a.m. I have the text. What does that mean? I don't know what it means. Never been so confused. Man. But yeah, part of me, like, I don't know, like this little, I don't know if you can see it right now, but there's a little stem right here, and well, who knows. So let me show you guys one other thing that I did. I'm pretty proud of, and that I worked on and perfected. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here for a minute. Maybe, I don't know why the camera keeps getting dark like that. I know there's a lot of light behind me. Okay, so if you guys are familiar with my videos, you will know that my plants have those little orange clips on the bottom. Shit, I'll just zoom in on it right now so you can see. So those little clips on the bottom that bend the plants, I have so many of those. I bought those though, and I saw that they were 3D printed. So I created, whoa, camera. So I created my own, but I made these a little bigger, so if the stem tries to go over, it'll be kind of halted. The other ones were a lot thinner, so I didn't like that. And mine is a little bigger as well, and it's thicker, so like it doesn't bend or give, like it'll hold that motherfucking thing. And I made sure the posts were a lot wider too. However, this is my first rendition of this thing. It clicks, it pops, just so you can hear it. However, if you look, there's give in it. See how this side's moving a little bit? And like, if I just give it a little bit, it just goes over. But I found out that I made the center shaft on this a little too thin, so that there's play in here. There's play, there was wobble. So what I did is I went in and made this a little thicker. I noticed the one arm on this side was a little lower, so I lengthened that up a little bit. And then I got my final one. There's no give. There's no give. And it's like a solid snap and click. So like this fucking thing holds. Like it takes me some work to actually like click it to the next one. But if you want a close up look, you can kind of see the little gear sockets on it. But now with your 3D printer, if you have this file, you can scale it. So if this is a little too big for you, which eventually, like, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be perfect size, honestly, but I won't know until I actually put it to use. But you can scale this down if you want to, because mine are a little bit bigger. I think the ones that I bought were wider at the center part. They were just a little more wider of a circle, but they were thinner. And like they kind of had some play in it, and they, like I said, they don't have the big bulges at the end to kind of like, if the plant tries to slide off, it'll kind of catch it. I mean, it's not going to do the best job. Actually, come to think of it, I should have made it flat, so if it hits it, it holds it. This will kind of like push it off. Maybe it'll hold it, but if there's enough force, I could see it just like sliding off. So maybe I could change that design. But I do need to kind of try it and see. It should work fine. I mean, I've used a bunch of the other ones. I've even 3D printed a different guy's version and tried them. They're so thin. I have a baggie full of them. They work. They're on the plant right now. I've used them, that being said. But they're just so flimsy, so thin, and they bend, and I really don't like that at all. But I'm so glad that I was actually able to make one, and it just, like, I want to use it. So I am going to print up a good number of these. So if anybody else is growing and they're interested and need or want something to bend their plant stems, I got it going on right now. If you have 3D printers, I guess you can print your own. But man, this is sweet. It'll be nice to have like an army of these. I got my print bed ready to go. I do want to lube my printer up before I do a big print. Probably gonna take like 24 hours. So I'm printing like 40 of these bad boys, and it's 3 different parts. It's the left side, the right side, and then this middle little part, this middle knob. So I made it so the middle part is big too, because sometimes the stem will try to slide off the center part too. But in order to do that and make it fit through this hole, I had to print it without this top on it. So there's a little nub. So basically all these are gonna print out. I'm gonna have to put it together, glue the inside of the tip, and then press it on here, hold it for about 10 seconds, and boom, you know, got a piece. But this is fucking solid. Even like, so the center part, the clicky part, on most of them, like it feels like garbage. I could probably honestly make this a little thicker, but it seems to be fine. And you know, once you get it to how you want it, it's just gonna sit like that. So the odds of you bending this a billion different times which ways isn't gonna be great. I just think it's cool that I kind of like, you know, I've seen the shape, I see how they work, but I still designed it myself. And I'm pretty excited. And I had to, like, here we go, that's a, you guys can see that. It bounces. So it's just nice to, it's just nice to have something that works. And especially like after the main idea kind of failed, going back at it and kind of reconfiguring some stuff, and then it's just like, oh, that's actually perfect. And it was only like one reconfigure. I actually had a version where this middle stem would come off at the very bottom. You'd have to like slide it into like a, I forgot what they call that, a dovetail. So you just slide it into a dovetail, but when you slide this piece down and over it, it locks it in. So it's just like, I don't need anything extra. I just need this thing on it to lock these two pieces together. But for some reason, my slicer would not let me cut it like that when I was trying to print it. And that would have been the most clever shit I have ever done in my life. However, it would probably make for maybe a little less stable of a column, I'm not sure, because it wouldn't be like a solid piece, so to speak. But man, like I'm pretty proud of this. Part of me wants to put it on one of these and test it, but like I don't want to fuck with it. If I start fucking with it, I'm gonna start cutting shit, and I should probably just not. But I was excited to kind of show this off. Yeah, I was just pretty excited. Made my own. I made my own. I think it's cool. I do want to get like an orange filament though, because I do like that they're orange and you can see them. I'm afraid with some of these, they might kind of get lost. Maybe not. You know, that's a green ass plant. That's a white, very white thing. But I don't know if the light will discolor this or not. But you better believe by my next grow, even though what I have now seemed to be sufficient enough, I was worried I was gonna need some more, but because of how mine are designed, especially with the tips like that, I think I'd rather just stick with my design and keep the orange ones that I bought as a backup. But I don't even think the center part on the orange ones that I have, I don't think it's like a wide nub like that. I think it's oh damn, the fountain just went on in the reservoir. It'll turn off at 7:15. Oh, that's gonna be cool to see. So man, I don't know if that water is gonna be in there by the time I get home from work tomorrow. I'm kind of worried. Shit. Part of me wants to make that water tonight. No, oh no, oh no, oh no. But it will be cool though, eventually when I go to change the reservoir, to see if there's any salt buildups in there or any kind of like gross white mildew stuff, because those bioenzymes I put in with the food, are supposed to kind of eat that stuff and help with that stuff, so maybe there's not going to be a mess in there to really clean up. That would be kind of cool. Usually not the case, but it would be pretty cool. But yeah, again, pretty new with the Autopot world and how that's going to go down. But we will be finding out together. Oh my god, there's gonna be so many tops on this thing. Holy crap. I'm kind of lost for words when I look at this thing, to be honest. Anyways. So yeah, we'll probably cut it at that. I'm probably gonna have to make some food. Oh, and that's such a lengthy process, kind of. At least for me. And I still haven't... AC Infinity, I ordered this thing December 28th, I think. And I think it's not supposed to ship out any later than the 13th of February. Man, this is killing me. Like, I wish I had this shit already and I could have it in my reservoir and just not have to stick my hand in there with a meter and kind of measure it. And but I will say that still beats having to feed these by hand every day or making a couple gallons of food and then kind of it's still way better. It's just, you know, soothing to bitch about it, I suppose. Oh my god, though, for real, guys, this is nuts. This is fucking nuts right now. And it's so weird too that just that cocoa, it just sits there. It doesn't look wet, doesn't look like anything, it just hangs out. So crazy. But man, I just 2 weeks deep, this better look crazy, is all I got to say. This thing better look fucking crazy. This thing better be a combination of green and lots of white spikies. I think it'll be probably at that point that I get rid of a lot of the stuff. Once I see a good amount of buds, bud heads, bud spots, bud sites, whatever you want to call them. Well, folks, I'll probably leave you on that note. I want to go take a dab and make some food probably because I've just been eating chips. Just been eating chips! You know what I mean? You probably know what I mean. You eat chips. I bet you eat chips. You know what? I want to throw a shout out real quick. If I can find it in a matter of like 10 seconds. Okay, I found it. MKX. Shout out to MKX. And these vapes, man. You guys can get a hold of one of these vapes. Actually, let me pull the sticker off. I don't need the sticker on here. But if you guys focus on my finger, bro, you guys can get one of these Geeked 3G vapes. This one is a Blue Dream. You know what? I'm just gonna do the focus myself. Hold on a second. Auto focus off. All right. Here we go. So Blue Dream, pretty sweet, pretty cool cart. Pull the focus up, back, pull it back. Too close. I see. You got Blue Dream. I don't know what that's all about on the back, whatever, but it's pretty cool. You get this thing. I think it's a little too much for a disposable. But let me tell you something. Carts don't usually work on me so well. However, I ripped this thing a couple times and it actually works. So shout out to that. Cause that's pretty sweet, if you ask me. But other than that, we're gonna call it a day for now. And we'll see what the next couple of days and or week has to bring us. And we will see it together. So stand by, stay tuned, hang in there. If you have any questions or cryptic weird messages to leave me in the live chat, feel free. I just, I've been trying to figure out what that means. 2 to 3 at 4 a.m. I have the text. I don't know what that means. Tell me what it means. Anyways, alright guys. Have a wonderful night. And until next time, like a lot of butts or something. Like a lot of butts or something.